Here we are, ladies and gents. This is the smallest golden lakes ever, which looks very cute. I wonder how peaceful it's going to be. We've got a giant little, divot or hole, or it's supposed to be a crater, I guess, in the middle with the gold. And the players very close together. Lots of trees around, lots of stone and gold at home, and then you've got the lakes in the middle. I would say this is not even a pond at this point. It's a puddle. It's a what's smaller than a puddle? A drop? I don't know. We'll figure it out. But true to the map name, we got to keep the name. Normally, I would say long term, it's all about controlling the gold. Maybe especially so now when the players are so close together here. A little splash. Yeah, little splash. I would say puddle seems to work pretty well. What is Emu doing here? Did Emu just prevent this boar from being stolen? That's a new one. So now Macy comes over trying to steal the boar, and he can't steal it because it's walled in. That's pretty smart. I feel like I've tried that before, and it hasn't worked for me because the boars always move around. I don't know. Maybe he knows what to whisper in its ear to get it to settle down. He's just saving it for later, and he's going to try and de-aggro it. And, oh, God. Oh, no. What have we done? Oh, no. It was all going according to plan, bro. At least if it died there, it's walking distance from the TC. Oh, man. The plays would have been so good. And now Maesty ends up with his third boar. Well, Maesty laughs. Seems to think that's pretty funny. And Emu hasn't responded yet. But now that's one boar for Emu, 3 boars for Maesty. The score is 3-3 right now. I also feel like Maesty got a lot more wood. I don't know if that's intended. Obviously, scripting these maps is pretty tricky, but I really like Maesty's map. He's got a nice little closed-off base. Emu would be really funny if he docks here. It's not that crazy, right? Because you're right next to where the opponent is all the time. So he's actually going to be fishing in the same pond here, or puddle, excuse me. Still has sheep to work with. Fishing ships would be very nice. Oh, I just realized that Emu was Mongols as well. So losing out on that second boar with Mongols really hurts. There's also no deer on the map. Unless they already took the deer. I don't think they did. There is berries, of course. Another thing that's better for Maesty is the gold is like a bit further back. I guess the stone is amazing for Emu, though. And Maesty is Japanese. I think they'll encounter each other here. Right now, though, Maesty doesn't know he's docked there. Yep, there's no clue there's a dock. And does Emu know? Nope. Just, fishing away. On either side of the pond. I wonder what's going to happen with this villager. Because that shorefish will be gone before you know it. I don't think she's going to be able to move anywhere. And this game is so unrealistic. Like, you would think that she'd be able to just, like, climb up onto the dock. And then either walk around this way and, jump over a couple boxes, Shift some things out of the way and hurdle that way. Maybe use that little rope. Have someone throw her the rope. And then she could make it over, but nope. Can't go this way, too. Why? Have the people who have asked multiple times about why the trees are big, have they forgotten how beautiful it looks to have normal-sized trees? Am I the only one that appreciates the bigger trees every now and then? I'm not saying I'm going to play the game with small trees. I'm not crazy. But I like the bigger trees every now and then, It looks good. It looks nice. Oh boy, it's a trap. Macy's been trapped. That's not good. And Macy's probably like, what on earth is all of this here? Oh, we got a mega trap? No. Macy, a little ambitious there. He's like, you trap one of my vills, I'm going to trap 3 of yours. Don't think that would have worked out there. Villager goes down there for Masty. That's very good for Emu, who's chopping wood over here with the lumber camp. Have they found each other yet? You gotta be kidding me, dude. Okay, well, Masty just looked and found this. And then Emu... Yeah, Emu should see the fishing ships now. Okay. That would be wild to me if... I guess they would have naturally converged anyways with the fish, but if they didn't notice. So in a normal Four Lakes game, if this were to happen, we would see fire galleys to kill fish. And Emu actually walled off this pond. And Emu in a nice position to fish there freely then, which is a really big deal. Oh, God, Masty. Yeah, see, Masty didn't see that. But I think we knew it was about to happen there. Emu was going to trap that villager in. And now Masty's been spotted. Oh, another villager's here. Wait a second. What happened? Masty walled... Well, Masty just walled in 2 vills! Masty flexing on his bro right now. He walled in the first one. Now he's walled in the second one. Emu's going to try and escape. It'd be amazing if he could get the third. Oh, dude. Emu, are you prepared for this? Are you actually prepared? No, I think he is. Villagers escape. Everything's good. Everyone's happy. Just a little bit of flex. That is a bug. She's been told to walk somewhere. This has been a bug for months. She's been told to walk somewhere. And she says, just trying to get my steps in. Don't actually want to go anywhere. She's going to make a house. Okay. Villagers on stone for Emu. Wow, I'm shocked. Emu wants to tower rush? What? Really? Okay. That's obviously sarcasm. Blacksmith market for Masty. So Masty thinking about Castle Age. Also adds a fire. Kind of funny that we have a fire being added because there's actually very little fish left now. There's like... Let's see, what are we working with here? 220 food, but also having the fishing ships for fish traps would be a really big deal, honestly. So I think it's still really important. Oh my goodness. Emu's on the way. And Emu has brought his entire town to Masty's village. And they said, we heard it's berry picking season. And we have come with our little baskets. And we want some berries. These are our berries. I don't know. This is getting kind of stupid, but I don't know what else to say. And oh my God, Emu sent everything. There's a fire galley there. There's a fire galley. I mean, the fire's huge. Oh, 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 oh. Demo. Demo. Oh my God. Oh my God. That was sick. That was so sick from Emu. Oh my God. Now there's a demo from Masty. There's a demo from Masty. Fishing ships, move your ass. Move, 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 move. No. Oh, it would have been so good, dude. The fishing ships were positioned in the perfect line to block the demo. It gave Emu enough time. Oh man, this is pretty intense. We've got 17 pop for Masty. We've got 24 population for Emu. Emu is now resorted to, well, thinking about destroying houses. And, yeah, I mean, it was just really good situation there for Emu because of the demo. The demo was the biggest thing. Now, do I think it's over? Absolutely not. But we'll see where things go from here. I'm loving Masty's resources. And the fact that Masty has the blacksmith in the market means that Masty could be up faster. But, like, as another villager goes down there, the question we've been asking a lot is, does Castle Age bring you enough? And what do you make? And do you have space for it? You got to really, like, play some weird Tetris-y games here to find space for buildings. There's only 14 villagers for Masty, so even just getting the 200 wood for a siege workshop would be tough. There's the tower for Emu. It won't range anything. I think Emu needs to not do whatever this is. What? Dude, this guy was born for games where the TC and towers don't have the range. I mean, he thought I can run in there and build a tower on that gold when that should be completely off limits. What in the world, Emu? Yep, there he goes. That's insane. That is actually insane. I think you need to counter tower that, but you can't if you're Macy. He doesn't have the stone. Remember, these fishing ships, they're not working right now. So there is 0 food income for Macy. And Macy needs a siege workshop somewhere. I think Macy may end up deleting this house and dropping one. Mangonel could really change things. And there's... Okay, there it is. Siege workshop immediately. Okay. So cannot mine gold right now, but can mine stone and potentially sell. Does not have the wood for a mangonel, however, can chop these trees and eventually get there. And then here, I guess these villagers are doomed. And we have a barracks now from Emu. I wonder if like Lancers would be really good here. I think Lancers would be insane, actually. Villagers seem destined to die for Macy. It's a pretty high percentage of his economy as well that's trapped over here. He has no fish in any other ponds, right? Emu still has a little bit of food left in this. Emu knows about the siege workshop. Feels like every game, Emu knows everything about where Macy is and what Macy's doing. Every single game. Oh, and he wants to go for the market. Well, that's kind of the key to it all in these games, right? So, that's a pretty good idea. Oh, God. Awkward times. You cannot lose that mangonel. You cannot afford another one if you're Macy. Dude, this would be so annoying to play against. But I don't think this is good for Emu. Not yet, anyways. The villagers need to run. Yep, market saved. Whew. All right, chat. Who wins from here? Emu still isn't clicked up. Still not in Castle Age. The tower here will go down. These 2 villagers could potentially go down. The guy's name is Praise Relics in my chat, and he said whoever takes relics will win. Wow, imagine that. that's I mean, at least you're consistent. I like it. Okay, Vills need to get into the TC. No, there's a hole. Is there a hole? He needs to garrison to kill these Vills. Yep, Vills will die. That's really nice from Macy, because otherwise those villagers would have just slalomed through there. I think like 2 Lancers, and Macy has a really tough time with Siege. But Macy can take gold again, which is nice. And actually has 2 fishing ships on fish traps, which is just mind-blowingly good in this scenario. I think the only way, at least right now, that a Step Lancer could actually get through would actually be over here once this house goes down. Another close game. Score is 3-3 here. I've had so much fun with this. These players were suggested to me, and I thought about it, and I said, actually, their energy is perfect for these types of games. So many different things you have to try and manage. Yeah, it seems like it's going to be Lancers. I really like the decision from Emu to dock here. You've got 800 food on just the deep fish. Let's figure that's 1,000 food in total that you don't really have to think about. Obviously, these fishing ships, though, they're not going to offer too much more at this point. Macy now up to the 3rd fish trap. Macy does know about the stable out there, so I would be really hesitant about moving out until you're ready here. And taking out the dock feels like a fine move, I'd say. All right, so again, this is Macy's point of view. He knows about the stable. It's actually going to be a night first. Emu came over here trying to do more wall shenanigans. Maybe a tower. Is Maesty full walled to everywhere, guys? Is this not a vulnerability right now? It is, isn't it? Or is there a tree there? Oh, there is a tree there. Okay. Well, that's super weird how, like, the... What is that thing supposed to be? Is that like a... Is that a bird feeder? Is that a freaking... Is that a... Just a decoration? Like, what is that? What is that thing dangling from the house? The lantern? Yeah, okay. That makes way more sense. That makes way more sense. But, you know... Anyways, it's kind of funny how it looks like it's dangling from the mangonel right now. Here's the beehive. New feature. Japanese economy, 10% less efficient because they have beehives all around their houses. You try and be as efficient as other civs when you've got bees around. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Mangonel. Ooh. Mangonel micro is huge here. Maesty is boxed in, but this is kind of by design. Oh, and he gets the kill! His palisades from earlier pay off. Still feel like with an overchop, there could be some issues over here. There's definitely more space for Emu. It's not a lot of space, but there's more space. The Galley edition, I don't think will offer a lot, but Emu wants to hold on to this advantage over here. Trying to look at another house. Ah, there it is. Okay, it looks very different. Oh, okay. Is that a lantern? It probably is a lantern. And it's got... I don't know. I don't see light. But then again, it's always sunny out, so... Yeah, okay. Emu noticed that there's an overchop. And Maesty noticed that Emu noticed and is now getting the walls down. That's so funny. And now another dock for Emu. Again, I think it's a big deal. Like, for food income, that is definitely way better than anything Maesty had. Well. That's pretty good. And a castle's pretty good. Will we see Samurai? The castle has to actually go up, though. There's siege micro happening over on this side. Really intense fights. There's another mangonel, but I think this castle will go up. And Samurai! Samurai to win with the Japanese! Don't see that every day. At least at the rank these players are at. 1-for-1 trade on the left side. That's kind of fine for either player. I think Samurai feels like a very natural move here. Now, they could still get destroyed by good siege micro, but Samurai should be pretty good against Knights because you can make a lot of them. If you can make a lot of them. Oh, that galley has paid for itself already, killing that Vil. Maesty walked to the middle to make an outpost. The outposts are actually kissing here, which is kind of romantic. And, still trying to get vision. Just wants to see what Emu has. The players here are both 2K. They made sure to clarify when I called them 1800 that we are no longer 1800. They were very nice about it, but I could tell they were slightly... They felt discredited a little bit, you know? They both played really solid here. Are they both saving for Imperial Age? Imp? Imp into Trebs? On this map? It seems like it. But, like, Maesty doesn't need the, you know, any more buildings. Maesty's fine in that regard. Emu, well, after the monastery, will be fine. Dude, how is Maesty gonna afford Trebs if he loses this chunk of wood? Oh, that was such an important shot! And Emu with some choice words for the pathing. And Maesty has no sympathy. Okay. We gonna see Imp here. Ooh, expanding to make the stone walls... Have the stone walls cover a little bit more grounds. Knights can't get through. Remember, castle range is halved, so Siege can actually be attacking the castle, which players seem to be forgetting about. You could have 3 mangonels just YOLOing at this castle right now, and it would actually be pretty significant over time. Imp is on the way for Maesty and for Emu. 5 seconds away. Okay, here's my thought. I'm gonna ask them afterwards. Oh, and there's a big loss for Maesty. Don't you think, like, because they're bros, right? We're in the same room, right? And you just kind of like casually like glance over to see if your opponents, how much food they have, right? You can't get a lot of info, but you're like, oh, he's got 850 food, 600 gold. Oh, he's gonna go imp. I'm gonna go imp too. And then it's like, did you just look at my screen? No, I didn't. Yes, you did. I saw it. You looked at my resources. You're going fast imp too. Well, you just looked at my screen. I'd love for there to be this bickering back and forth. I know that's not the case, unfortunately. They got to get the parents involved to settle the dispute. Dad comes in. He's like, you didn't even get double bid X. What are you expecting, Maesty? He's like, don't bring me into your quarrels if you don't even get double bid X. Seriously, we're better than that in this household. Grounds him for a week. Yeah, that sounds pretty realistic. Anyways, Maesty's in big trouble. Market went down, so can't balance the resources that way. Has a lot on stone, but needs wood and needs gold to be able to make trebs. And if you're mining this much stone, you're not exactly in a position to make trebuchets, are you? And Emu didn't have a castle this whole time, but Emu about to have one. Emu still has a market. And Emu has access to wood, and Emu has access to gold. I don't think Maesty's going to get that treb right away. This is a big issue. Maybe didn't realize the market went down. I mean, what do you even do about it if you don't have wood? The idea was maybe sound. But Emu with the better execution, because Emu, again, having more space. That's been the theme for Emu in the victories, is having a little bit more ground to work with. That villager's going to get killed off there. Emu has the treb on the way. Still no treb here for Maesty. Oh, this is brutal. Oh, this is painful. It's definitely GG if this mangonel goes down. Galley? No! Emu snipes it with the galley that I said would not be important. Oh, man. That's brutal. Oh, and he uses his wood to drop the market here. That's probably the right play. And Emu sees it, and Emu says, no market, 11. Yep. They're both laughing. And there's about to be treb number 2 for Emu. The only positive for Maesty is that he has lots of stone in the bank. But that stone's going to disappear quickly. Look, you can use, again, you can use the mangonel against the castle. You can do it this whole time. It feels very unnatural, but it's possible. You can actually use the mangonel against the treb if the treb is positioned underneath the castle in the front. That's another crazy thing. We had a game where like 5 mangonels were killing a castle with this situation, so... And they just realized. Emu says mangonel kills castle. Yep. Here it gets a little tricky. Because you have to... Yeah, see, he's trying to wheel his way to the right. But I think he can actually hit that treb. I think Maesty's in big trouble here. Oh, Samurai. Oh, didn't factor that one into your plans, did you, pal? Samurai shows up. No gold! No gold for repairs! Ah! Knights come over to support. Oh, man. Just no resources for Maesty. 3 trebs versus 1. The Knights actually get in the minimum range of the castle for a second to attack the treb, which is another smart move from Emu. No murder holes at this point. Everyone's just standing around. Ah, this is like so many of my viewers right now. Just standing around. They're supposed to be working, but they said, I'll just do it tomorrow. I'm not going to finish it today, let's be real. Well, now the bosses showed up, so they're back to work for a second or two. To be fair to them, they don't really have the tools to do the job, you know? It's an issue from the top down. It's not their fault. But I think this is probably over. Like, Maesty's got a treb. A treb against 3 trebs, against some knights, against some mangadai. Running over to the trees to get more trebs, but the GG is called. Look at the order in which the wins have happened here in this show match, guys. This has been incredible, dude. I think, like, you have two choices when your resources start to float in the mid to late castle age there. And you have to commit hard to either one. You either go imp, which they both did, or you spend your food and gold with everything you've got. Considering what we knew, I'm really curious. Now, I'm not saying this would have changed the game. But instead of saving all of this, getting, like, armor and producing samurai, I wonder how this goes. Because there's villagers exposed everywhere for Emu. Emu has no defense against 10 samurai. And then Emu can't actually place a proper castle to go for the trebs and everything, too. So that's actually that's how I think Macy wins this game. I think at this point, once the castle came up, making army from that castle could have been really strong. Now, maybe some Lancers or some Mangonels get some good engagements, some Knights get some good engagements, but I think cost-effectively, Samurai and Castle Age actually pretty good against, no upgrade Knights. And it would have at least, forced Emu off of certain resources. But easier said than done, as is so much of this. We have one more game. Emu wins it, he wins the show match. Emu loses, it ends 4-4, and we have to see if we, somehow have a tiebreaker available. But that was a good one. Smallest Golden Lake's definitely one of the best ones we've had in a while.